Hello, welcome to a little surprise live. I just wanted to walk through the July kit. That's all the supplies that I'll be using throughout the live streams in July. And it's not too late to either order them from scrapbook.com or any other shop that you like, or to create a similar kit from your own stash. So I'm going to walk through what's in there and give you some suggestions if you want to make some swaps. And remember, it is important to know that the Best of Both Worlds kit is not a subscription. It's the whole concept being that I will give you a list of all the products and I will show you throughout the month how they can all go together to keep you using the stuff that you buy and making pages that hopefully will make you happy. I want you to be able to create things that give you some joy. And so that's the kit portion. I've picked out all the things from the shop. I know that they're from different brands and they will go together, and I will show you how. So if you want the super easy kit version, you go through and you add one of every element to your cart, you check out, done. But the Best of Both Worlds part comes because you are in total control. So there's no monthly tie-in, there's no subscription element. You can dive in and jump out whenever you want to. And you can make adjustments that suit your style. So what if you do double pages and you want two of a whole bunch of different sheets? You can do that. You can just add a second one. Or what if I put something on the list that you already have? Skip it and use it from your stash. What if I put something on the list that's really not your style and you're not interested in trying it? That's okay too. Leave it off the list and you have not spent any of your budget on something that somebody else has picked out that's not your vibe. Yeah, so that's why I call it Best of Both Worlds. And while I'm at it, I need to make sure that you know that anytime I scrapbook or show you products on the internet, it's definitely considered advertising. And legally, I have to make sure that you're aware of that. So thank you, as always, for watching my hashtag advertising. There's a write-up in the box below that tells you a little bit, kind of that version, but just written out nicely as to how Best of Both Worlds works. But I'm always happy to answer your questions too. And if you're new here, my name's Shimelle. I teach online classes in scrapbooking, design scrapbooking products, and help you use them to tell your stories in a creative way. So without further ado, shall we look at the July kit? Even though this was a surprise unannounced live, we've got Joanne, Janice, Georgia, Cynthia, Scrappin' Fox, Mel, Becca, Ladybug, all here to join me in the fun and heckle me as I go. So let's go. This is July's kit. Now, while we are on the hashtag advertising, this is the link you use to get to all of these supplies on one easy shopping list at scrapbook.com. It's schursel.com. And then my little code is always 2DB89. Yeah, and that updates at the beginning of every month with the first video, the first live stream that I do in each month. Then I put the new kit out. So it's not too late to order July's from this now. If you're watching this far into the future, it might be a different kit when you go to that link because it changes every month. But if you watch this from the future and then want to go back and try and find if any of these things are still around, you'll be able in the future to find that link in the description box too, because I always link all of the individual things once we get going. Okay, but you can shop there, you can shop your stash, you can shop a local store if you've got one, support them because that's amazing. This is what July looks like. A little some summertime here, and it's definitely colorful, but it's not as in-your-face colorful as you might expect. Okay, so let's put embellishments aside for the moment and let's look at paper first because that's always where I start when I'm building a kit. So we've got 4 here from Vicky's Sweet Rush. We've got some Heidi Swapp. We've got some Maggie Holmes and another one of those 49 in Market that have the jump up and down quality of paper. And we've got an optional background paper pack from Doodlebug. So let's have a look. This one is called Sunny Side Up, and you could use it here as a scene paper to have a nice happy sunshine. So you could replace this with a starburst paper if you have one of those that has, you know, a pattern that radiates out. Or you could build this from a couple different things, and you could do a strip of a blue and a strip of a yellow, either two different patterns or solid cardstocks if you prefer. You could even ink something like this if you'd like. The B side is a turquoise floral that reminds me of like Billy Button flowers, Crispidia, which is really nice, but I like the idea of using this as a full 12 by 12 background, so I'm probably going to use this side. Next one is called Sprinkles, same collection, and this is a hexagon pattern, like honeycomb. Little pieces of hexagon pie, which means triangles, but hexagon pie, yes. The B side is a nice Kelly green brushed stripe. So both of those a little different, but very versatile. I mean, a brush stripe is a nice twist on a plain geometric computer generated stripe. That's what I mean by different. And if you haven't tried this kind of a geometric pattern, I think for the price of one sheet of paper, it's worth giving it a go. It is a little different, but we'll have some fun with it. Also, if you really like hexagons, there's a nested hexagon die set, if you do die cutting, at scrapbook.com, and that's kind of cool too. Okay, so what would you replace this with? One, do you have any other hexagon papers? I've got one in a completely different color scheme in my Glitter Girl collection. It's more pink, purple, turquoise kind of color and not as distressed as this one. But if you have a lot of my stuff, you might have that in your stash already. Yeah, let's give this a try. This one called Good Vibes. Now in the June kit, I had this one, there's a scrap of it left, which has a similar technique here, and that they've mixed the grid paper here that's like a white and blue grid with something colorful. And in this one, it's a rainbow stripe. This one is a more 60s, 70s groovy kind of wave pattern. But also, this is really cool. Same grid, blue for a third of the page, stars for two-thirds of the page, and it's blue and orange, which is WB's favorite color combination. Blue and orange. So yes, I like this side a lot, although I like this side too. But this is a nice background. Look, you can just build right on top of that. And it'll go, if you want it vertical, you could do that too. Yeah, either way, the stars look fine. Yeah, so if you don't have this and you want to substitute something, do you have one sheet of a paper that could go down here, one sheet of grid paper, like a ledger of some sort, and a star stencil or stamp? And you could make that. Just make your own pattern paper that's inspired by this. Also, you could just paint the bottom or ink the bottom, because that's what it's been done to look like. Yeah. Okay. Then this one called Make Your Mark, which feels very stampy to me. Like you might have a stamp set that has kind of textured circles like this and this. I have one that I use not uncommonly. And then little confetti dots and some brushed, like painted circles. So could you make this? Yes. Would it take you a lot of time? Yes. But you could make something similar if you're feeling like that and you want to do that. Otherwise, you could swap it out for something that's not quite so painterly. You could swap it out for anything that's like multicolored polka dots on a neutral background. Yeah, that could be a good swap in here. Another green, and if you want to see the two shades of green together, of course you do. There's the two different greens. So a yellow green here, but with a little spots of the darker green, and that's just the darker green. Right. Now, on to Heidi's collection, and this is Sun Chaser. This is a blue and pink sky. Yes, there's very, very much a blue and pink sky in the June kit too that you're going to see how I used it very, very soon. Because there's videos Friday and Monday that are edited, not live this time because I won't be at my desk. Anyway, so if you have one and you're like, I don't need 2 blue and pink cloud patterns. Well, number one, how are we even friends? It's a blue and pink cloud pattern. It's like, it's joy on a paper. But more seriously, I totally understand. If you only want one of those and you still have the one from last month and you don't want to do 2 layouts with blue and pink clouds, you can skip it. However, I'm 100% here for blue and pink cloud papers, so I wasn't going to miss one because I like putting things in here that bring me great joy to work with, and cloud papers bring me joy. So there we go. You might have existing stash of cloud papers, and if so, you can bring it in. If you don't like clouds, but you like the color combination, you could bring in something that's pink and blue. This side's gingham. I won't be using that side. I'm not a big gingham fan, so don't worry about that. Okay, this one, I am, however, a fan of rainbows over shapes. There we go. So we've got hearts in a rainbow. If you're not a heart person, you might have the Vicky Star Rainbow from a while back in your stash. That was in a previous Best of Both Worlds kit. In fact, the first one in this kind of return to the concept. So if you have that in your stash and you haven't used it, pull it out. But otherwise, see, Paige has also done some small shapes where you get a whole rainbow of color like that. Have a look to see if you have something like that. This side is kind of a salmony pink with orange birds. A cut apart that has a range of sizes. That makes me happy. Yes, so we've got some tags, we've got some journaling boxes, we've got some little squares, we've got some tiny tags, we've got a little border strip. I like that sort of mix. If you want to sub this out with cards that are already in your stash because you've got a big stash of them and you don't need to cut out from another piece of paper, great. The key, I would say, is variety. Because look, this is a really wide range of colors here. I mean, that rainbow sets you up for what's there. And then a variety in sizes. So we've got some 4x6, we've got some 3x4, we got some smaller. Yeah. So if you want to substitute this in with just a gathering of die cuts and cards, do that, but make sure that you're covering a range of sizes, a range of colors. Cool. Oh, and make sure some of them you can write on. That side, in case we have any little extra pieces where I don't use the A side, we've got a pink brush stroke there, but I wouldn't go and find a whole sheet of that to put it in the kit. I would just use it if I have something here that doesn't fit. Yeah. Okay. Also Sun Chaser, a black and white sky, because it says sky. A black and white script text print. So you could swap in a text print that works for you, or you could swap in just a black and white pattern and not worry about the words. The text here says, "Be the sunshine in a sky of clouds." The other side is, again, one of these 1/3, 2/3 papers. I love that there's so many of them right now because you can just compose right on top of it. So you get your photo here, you do a stack of layers with that. Layout pretty much makes itself. Amazing. So I like both sides of that, and I only have one sheet. So we'll see what happens. I might use either. Rainbow words. Also Sun Chaser. This one called Moments. And it's just a whole bunch of different words in a row. Each line is a different color. I will say there's one thing that kind of freaks me out about this paper, and it's that it has white space at the top. That white space doesn't repeat anywhere else. Actually, yeah, there's a line at the bottom too. I was just noticing where the branding strip is. So there's this strip of white at the top and the bottom that might make me like use this as a piece rather than a background. Plus, I have plenty there that I've liked as background. So yeah, we're going to cut this up. I've just decided. The other side is a tone on tone in that same kind of turquoisey tone. So you could swap out any tone on tone paper there and a text pattern or a rainbow stripe. It wouldn't need to be words. You could just have plain stripes in colors that you like. Yeah, you could go either direction there. Maggie Holmes in the new Round Trip collection. It's a wood grain. It's a wood veneer flooring. I like a wood grain, so I put a wood grain in. If you don't have this particular wood grain, you can substitute any wood grain that you like. Yeah? If you don't like wood grain, again, why are we friends? What is this? What are you talking about? How can you not like wood grain? Like, seriously. But it's okay. You can substitute a neutral pattern that you like, or you could just use plain old craft cardstock. But I mean, I don't understand how your mind works if you don't like wood grain pattern paper and you're still watching me. But it's okay because I'm here for you, even if you don't like wood grain. You can not like wood grain and not like s'mores, and I'll still be friends with you. I might just question it, like I question my friend Nikki, who won't watch E.T. She's never watched E.T. and she won't watch E.T. And at least every couple months I have to just say, are you still not watching E.T. and why will you not watch E.T.? There we go. I just thought you needed to know. Okay, so the B side of that is a floral. I'm not hugely worried because I put it in the kit for the wood grain. But if you like a pink floral and a pink floral makes you sing, then add in a pink floral. Another cut apart. Look here. It's a variety of sizes again. Some that you can journal on. But what I wanted to do with the two different cut aparts, so if you're making your own choices here from stash or anything else, look at the difference. Brights, not brights. Yeah, so one that's more muted. It is very pastel-y, but I don't think it would need to be pastel as long as it's just not super saturated. That's what you're looking for. So you've got some that are brighter, some that are paler. Yeah, or more muted. But same thing, a variety of sizes, a variety of colors, and some of them with the ability to write on. Cool? Okay. B-side there's a blue floral, but yet again, I'm not fussed about that one. I just use it if it turns out that there's an A side there that I don't like. And then Happy Spectrum Sherbet from 49 in Market. This one is called Speckled. This is one that was not in either of the packs that we had as optional backgrounds last month, so I'm not doubling up here. It's a green collage on the back side here, but I've got it for this multicolored spot, which picks up on a lot of the colors that are already there in the other selections. If you haven't used 49 in Market, I have been jumping up and down all month long, having used it in the June kit for the first time ever. It's just really high quality paper. So it is a little more expensive per sheet. When you look at it in the store and you're like, what? It doesn't have like glitter or embossing or anything like that. No, it's just really nice quality paper. It cuts like a dream. It holds like a dream. You can stamp on it and it's nice and thick. It's not going to show through. It's just tactile. Feels really nice. So if you're here for the sensory experience of working with high quality paper, this is what you're after. It's a dream. Okay. So if you didn't have this and you wanted to add something in, you could use white cardstock and then just do drops of color to match. Like if you've got an ink collection and you've got white cardstock, you could do it that way. You could just do some either stenciled or drops of color. And so it's kind of quadrant-y. We've got like the oranges up here, the pinks over here, the navy over here, and the green over here. Cool. Right. Then everything is always optional because you're in control, but also optional is the background pack. We started adding these in a little while ago because it turns out that not everybody has a massive stash of B-side small type patterns just hanging around, and it actually was helpful if I gave you suggestions. I didn't know that, to be honest, at first, but I've kept it going. So if you like having the background pack, we don't use the whole background pack, so some of it will go into your stash, but it's all stuff that's really easy to use because it's not in any way themed. It's just color with texture. Right, we start with a gingham, which I'm not going to use, but the other side is wood grain. So this is My Happy Place is the one you would need to search for. So Doodlebug Design do lots of these called petite prints. They do them in 12 by 12 and 6 by 6, so be careful that you're getting the size that you want. And they do one with each collection. So this collection name is My Happy Place. So if you then see the rest of that collection, it has all the normal pattern papers with themes and illustrations that you would expect, but this is the color scheme. So we've got a black wood grain and a black and white polka dot where we get both versions. We've got, oh, and their black is called Beetle Black. We've got pistachio in floral and graph paper. I was curious how well that mixes with this pistachio. Okay, it's got a little more blue, but it's not ridiculous. Pistachio also in the Swiss dot. So you get the colorful background or the white background, same. Limeade, buffalo check, but also wood grain. And then the dot stripe. So that's the tone-on-tone dot rather than a dot with white. So tone-on-tone and tone-on-tone diagonal stripe. Yeah. A yellow that is lemon in this gingham, which I kind of like more than most ginghams, but I prefer this side. That's the like crosshatch kind. They call it linen. And then also get that in the yellow and white polka dot. Still lemon yellow there. Cherry, which is one of the hot pinks, like verging on a red, but it is pink. Floral, graph paper, but then a different pink, bubblegum, in the gingham and the linen. And yet another pink, cupcake, which is their paler pink in the tone-on-tone stripe and dot, and the buffalo plaid, but also the wood grain. So that's what's in that petite print pack. Now, if you don't want a whole pack, that's totally cool. But grab some B-sides in that kind of color scheme, and it will work well with those pattern papers that make up the main part of the kit. And that's always how I'm thinking about this. Right. Now, embellishment. We have got these thickers from Vicky's Sweet Rush collection, and this is called the Sweet Life. It's got that holographic iridescent gold foil. Can something be both holographic and iridescent? Why not? And then arrows, text pieces, big notebook bit. So if this looks a little familiar in style, it's because we had the sticker book in the June kit, but the thickers in the July kit. Similar but not identical, don't worry. Okay, then we've got two pieces from the Heidi collection, and these are the two that are sold out. So if you want to get the kit and you're like, these are sold out, have a look through the other things in that kit and you in that collection, and you'd be able to pick some different things that might be a good match for you, or you could just substitute in some things that you already own. So this is a puffy sticker set, lots of different motifs there and shapes. So we've got hearts, we've got semicircles, we've got some little motifs here in the middle, and then some banners. And then this, which is dictionary stickers, well, definition stickers. And, ooh, they are not glossy. I like that. So you do have two sheets with different words, same background of color, but different words printed over the top. So again, these are sold out at scrapbook.com at the moment, but you could either use that button to say, let me know when they're restocked, because they probably will be. They're not an old product. They'll probably be restocked. Or you could substitute word strip type stickers that you've got in your stash already, or you could just find different things that match those colors and not worry about the fact that it's words. Or you could use inks to just stamp words on your layout in the same places that I put these stickers. Cool. And then some enamel dots. I went with Doodlebug Matte Sprinkles this time, and this is called the Retro Assortment. So we've got those two pinks, yellow, green, turquoise. So we don't have this one in the background paper pack, but we have those four. And this color is definitely there within what we've built up as a kit. Letter stickers, green. Went with Limeade in my type from Doodlebug. So that's just a single sheet, kind of medium size flat letter sticker. If you want to put in any other letter sticker that matches anything in the kit, you don't scrap as much with lime green and you want to lean into one of the other colors, you go for it. This comes in a whole rainbow, and they have a few different fonts if you prefer something else. A stencil with sunshines, And then this was a silly thing. So I've got a sunshine stencil, and did I put yellow ink in? No, because we've had 2 different yellow inks quite recently, so I didn't. I'm hoping that you have some yellow ink that you can use with that. Instead, I went with shabby shutters. And the last thing I wanted to do in looking at all this is to ink up a little rainbow so that you can see colors, colors that will go with this from your stash beyond just the shabby shutters. So quick little hashtag advertising reminder that this is the link you use to go shopping for these things, and that gives me, it doesn't change the price that you pay if you go to scrapbook.com, and it's for anything that you want to buy there. You can always use my link and then just go to wherever else you want to in their shop to shop for stuff. If you need adhesive, you want the new summer edition of Scrapbook and Cards Today magazine, which is free with your purchase, all sorts of things like that. You can use this affiliate link to get there, and then use either the shopping list or just do the shopping that you want to do. Everything for you will still be the same price. You can still use all the coupon codes. You can still use any freebie of the day or anything like that that's on offer if there is one at the time. But they're really kind in that they give me a little commission for sending you there. So anytime you use that, it helps support these videos and make the live streams all possible. Fabulous. Thank you for that. Let's make a little rainbow of ink before we go. So I got a piece of paper out for that and everything. Okay. We've got shabby shutters as our main kit color. And you can see that this is a good match here in these Heidi greens. Where are the Heidi papers? Oh, I mixed up all the, so it's good. This is the Vicky green in the paper. I like it with that. Here's the other Vicky green. I like it with that. The Heidi rainbow looks nice with that green. In fact, it's a pretty much exact match right there. Looks nice with that rainbow. And there's not green in here, but I think it still is like a nice coordinating green to go with the pink and blue. Okay, I mean, there's a mint. It's not a green. It's a mint. Yes, a mint is a green. It's okay. Right. So they go really well with all that. And the limeade letters are certainly brighter, but I still think they work really well together. And I prefer stamping in that to putting in a really super lime neon green that you might not end up using again after the month. Okay, now, but what rainbow of colors could we make so that if you do have an ink collection and you want to see what will go with the collection or with this kit, let's sort it out. So I think we want to go something like worn lipstick. And do you want to go light or bright with the orange? I think it's got to be brighter than that one. I think it needs to be this one. That's spiced marmalade. Let me give you options though. That's carved pumpkin. I think spiced marmalade is the winner there. Wild honey for this yellow. And maybe also scattered straw. Yeah. Shabby shutters. And then the blue, the blues that come across in here. Speckled egg. And broken china, I think. Yeah. Look at that. Okay. And then if you want a darker green to go with that, mowed lawn. Right. That is an inky rainbow if you like going super inky. So shabby shutters, worn lipstick, spiced marmalade, wild honey, scattered straw, speckled egg. I know this bothers some people, so I'm straightening them so that they match. And broken china. Oh, yeah. Mowed lawn. Right. Lovely audience who are here. Any questions? Becca's kit arrived today, so she is ready to go. Oh, Sophia uses archival inks and says, every time Shimelle demos another oxide, I really do feel more and more tempted, but I have the grand total of 1 at the moment. But she recently discovered that Tim Holmes does the same color range in the archival inks. So now she's a little excited about that, which is awesome. Yes. And Casey points out that oxides are amazing for blending backgrounds. Yes, they definitely are the inks that blend just beautifully. Right. Any questions on anything else here in the July kit? So if you want to watch the live streams, I scrapbook live twice a week. Mondays at 1:30 p.m. UK time. Fridays at 9:30 in the morning UK time. And if there's a day that for some reason I can't make that live stream, then I almost always, as long as I know it's going to happen, I put up an edited video instead that still uses the kit. And I will get all of those scheduled up. I think, I'm trying to think, actually, I think it'll just be the last Friday in July. I might need to start at a different time because we move from the school day schedule to the summer activity schedule. And I think he doesn't start till 10 in the last week of July, if I remember correctly. So anyway, I will get that noted in time so that you're not sitting there for an hour or two going, where is she? All right. Thank you so much. And thank you to anybody who shops through my affiliate link to get any of your goodies anytime. I really, really do appreciate it. And it does make a big difference and make the live streams possible. I just realized these are not all in the shop. Let's pull that down a little bit. And it makes all of this possible. And if we don't shop through the affiliate link, then I have to go find other things to do with that time that pay my bills. But as long as people are happy to shop and scrap, and it all works out. So thank you so very much for helping that all work out. It's really nice. Thank you so much. I will see you again soon. And I'll finish up with the June kit too. Don't worry. I've just given you a little view at this while you still had time to order. See you soon. Bye-bye. Oh, by the way, if you like the kit, you can give it a thumbs up on the video. That'd be super awesome. Thank you.